What's up, tech? It's Josh here, and I have the LG V40 ThinQ. I'm going to refer to this as just the V40 or LG V40 versus the ThinQ. I'm not too sure what the whole ThinQ thing is about. I guess just some kind of branding effort on LG's end, but I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Let's talk about the device versus their marketing strategies. I've had this phone for a few weeks now, and I appreciate Verizon for letting me use it for review, and I just want to share my thoughts about it. So I'm going to give you some pros and cons. If you're looking at this device compared to other ones, I'm not going to do like a device comparison, but what are the advantages of getting this device over other phones, or should you pass this up and get something else? All right, let's go ahead and dive on down to the table and take a look at this phone. The V series is what the G series should be. In my opinion, LG should just drop the G series and go with the V, because they do the V pretty much right every time. And I just have issues with the G series every time. So I don't know, it's just one of those things. I hope that maybe that they catch that message at some point, that they do this device well, but they kind of struggle with the G one. I don't know why. The V series is one of those phones that just packs in a lot of different features. It's one of those that just has a fully loaded kind of experience. It's got wireless charging, it's got fast charging for USB Type-C, it's got expandable storage, so that's really awesome. I know I end up using a lot of apps for the creative kind of stuff, so having as much storage as possible is one of those important things for me. This year they added a Google Assistant button, so it's kind of like comparing it to Samsung's Bixby button, but you got Google Assistant here instead. So while I think it's kind of pointless to have a button there, I don't think it's needed, because you can just long press the circle here and you still get the assistant stuff there. So I don't know, it's one of those things that's kind of gimmicky. Some people might like it. It's not a deal breaker to me. It's just kind of pointless in my opinion. That was a con. I'm trying to go over the pros, but I mean, it's a pro if you like that sort of thing. And I like that it's Google Assistant and not some other assistant. Little sidetrack rant is that I think Samsung should ditch Bixby and go with Google Assistant. It's Android, just adopt the Google Assistant that is native to your operating system. And when you press it, you feel a little vibrate to let you know when you can start talking. And it's pretty responsive, so as soon as you press the button, you can start talking. I've been pretty happy with the display. You can see it outside, it's colorful, it's vibrant. It kind of reminds me of a Samsung display in a sense, just with that saturation kind of colors. I want to say it's actually like a couple steps back from what Samsung was. I would say the Samsung screens have gotten better. It's not as saturated. Plus you get some options to kind of adjust the coloration with Samsung devices. So this one, it's just really poppy colors. And you can kind of see that here as I scroll through just with the different icons. The reds really stand out. Red just pops like crazy on this device. The UI has gotten a little bit better with this, so I would say that this is a pro. It's not as bad as what it used to be. It's got these really neutral toned colors for their menu options. And then you get into like their apps and stuff, and it's just like regular icons. You can swipe over kind of stuff or just install your own launcher. When you swipe all the way over, you got some, Google Now kind of stuff, or cards, information, news, updates. And as you can see here, the performance is actually pretty good. Like, I'm scrolling all the way through this and it's not having an issue loading it. So I like that a lot, pretty nice. To close things out, let's talk about the camera. There's a bunch of cameras on this phone. There's 3 lenses on the back. You've got a wide, standard, and then a zoom. And on the front, you've got 2 other cameras as well, which also helps with that wide angle and just a regular shot. Now, the way LG kind of does their programming is to hopefully get you better shots with these different kind of lenses. The issue that I have with phones that have so many lenses on their cameras is that when you compare it to the Pixel, and to my opinion, the Pixel is arguably one of the best cameras, if not the best camera that's on a phone. This is the Pixel 3 XL. It only has 1 lens and it does fantastic. It's all software. Well, I mean, software has a lot to do with it. Obviously, hardware plays a big key role into that as well, but when you compare the 2, I'm getting better results with 1 lens versus 3 lenses. One of the areas that LG shines in is that they have a lot of features. It's a fully loaded feature camera app experience. You've obviously got auto, but you also got manual settings for both photo and video. You've got a cine video, which hopefully gives you a better cinematic kind of experience. A foodie type shot, slow motion panorama, flash jump cut, time lapse, all the stuff that pretty much I look for. I like to have the manual settings, and I like to have time lapse and slow motion. Apart from those, I don't use too much more outside of those kind of features. The camera also allows you to save a raw image, which is awesome because you're able to adapt and edit photos a lot more with a raw image. I like to use the Lightroom mobile app when I get a chance. And if I'm able to use raw images, it just works out with how I edit photos. Max Lee made a wonderful video about nighttime photography and also some star shots. He did a fantastic job explaining the ins and outs of star and night photography. It's really interesting, so I definitely recommend checking out that video. Again, that link will be down below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from me. I appreciate you guys watching and sharing my stuff, and also leave a comment about your thoughts about the LG V40 ThinQ.